Two Colorado mountain towns, both stunning, both packed with outdoor adventure, both with personalities that make people fall in love so hard and never want to leave. Today, we're going to talk about Crested Butte versus Durango and how different they are and more different than what people expect. And choosing the wrong one for your lifestyle can be a very expensive mistake. I'm Heather Woodward and I have lived in Crested Butte for over 20 years. So yes, I have a little bit of perspective here, but I'm also gonna give a fair look at both properties because the right answer genuinely depends on who you are and what you are looking for. Stick around to the end because I'm gonna tell you which buyer I think is gonna be happiest in each town, and that answer might surprise you. Hi, I'm Heather with Living in Crested Butte, Colorado, and if you've been thinking about moving to Crested Butte, Gunnison, or any of the surrounding areas, go ahead and subscribe below so that you can be the first to learn about the ins, the outs of our area, including the current real estate market. I love helping people just like you, so whether you're moving here in 60 days or 6 months from now, or you're moving across the world, across the country, or just up and down the valley, feel free to give me a call, text, or an email. All of my contact information is in the description below, and I'd love it to make your move everything that you want it to be. All right, number one on the list is location and getting there. So both towns are in western Colorado, but they're in very different parts of the state. Durango is going to be in the southwest corner of the state, and it's going to be about 6 to 7 hours from Denver, depending on traffic and your route. It sits around 6,500 feet, which is going to be noticeably milder than most Colorado mountain towns. Crested Butte is in the central western part of the state. It's about 4 to 4.5 hours from Denver and sits at almost 9,000 feet, which means that you're going to get more snow, colder winters, and more intense alpine experience. Durango has its own regional airport with more flight options than most mountain towns. Crested Butte also has its own regional airport, which is in Gunnison, and it's incredibly convenient when flights are running, especially we do have year-round options, but we do have fewer routes. So if easy air access matters to you, Durango is gonna have the real advantage here. And if you're prioritizing that feeling of being genuinely tucked away, Crested Butte is gonna deliver no matter what. Number two is the overall vibe. This is where the two towns really tell different stories. Crested Butte is very quirky, it's very artsy, it's colorful, and it's fiercely protective of its identity. It is a former mining town that became a ski town that also became a mountain biking mecca, and it's never lost that small town character along the way. People here ski hard, bike hard, and show up to dinner in muddy trail boots, and no one blinks an eye. Durango has slightly different energy. It's gonna be bigger, more eclectic, with a Western cowboy history layered underneath all that outdoor recreation. It has Fort Lewis College, and that gives you a college town vibe that Crested Butte doesn't have. We do get that in Gunnison, but if we're comparing certain towns to certain towns, Crested Butte does not have a college like Durango does. There's gonna be more nightlife, more dining variety, and more services. Crested Butte is gonna feel a little bit more intimate, and Durango is gonna feel very lively. Neither is wrong, but they're just gonna attract different people and different buyers. Number three on the list is skiing. So Crested Butte Resort is known for its expert terrain. The North Face, Headwall, Rambo, if you know these names, you know the reputation. Steep, technical, and legitimately challenging. There's plenty of intermediate terrain too, but the mountain has personality that draws some serious skiers. Durango also has a ski area, but it's purgatory, and it's located 25 miles outside of town. It is a solid, family-friendly mountain with a good variety, but it's just a different scale than Crested Butte. It's gonna be a little bit more approachable and less extreme. So for serious skiers, Crested Butte is a strong draw. For families with younger kids or casual skiers, both will be great and are enjoyable options. All right, number 4 is summer and outdoor recreation. Both towns absolutely shine in the summer, but in different ways. Crested Butte is widely considered the birthplace of mountain biking, and the trail system here is world class. You can ride from your front door to many parts of town and outside of town, and the wildflowers in July, which draws visitors from all over the country. And the summer experiences here is something truly special. Now, Durango is no slouch to the outdoors. You have the Animas River, which runs right through downtown, and that is the hub for kayaking, rafting, and fishing. The trail network is very extensive, and you have Durango's location, which puts you in reach of the Mesa Verde National Park and some very dramatic canyon country in southwest Colorado. Durango also has the famous Durango and Silverton narrow gauge railroad, and it's a historic steam train that runs from the San Juan Mountains, and it's iconic and genuinely worth experiencing. If mountain biking and alpine wildflowers are your thing, Crested Butte is absolutely going to nail it. If you want river access right in town and canyon scenery, Durango has it. Number 5 is town size and infrastructure. So this is a meaningful difference here. So Crested Butte has about 4,000 full-time residents between Mount Crested Butte, and Crested Butte South. It is a small town in every sense of the word. You know your neighbors, you will recognize people at the grocery store or walking along Elk Avenue within weeks. Durango has about 20,000 year-round residents. The way I like to explain it to potential clients is that Durango is the equivalent of combining Crested Butte and Gunnison into one town. Durango is a full-service city by mountain town standards. It has multiple grocery stores, it has a robust restaurant and bar scene, a little bit more healthcare options, and a regional economy supported by the college and tourism. If you're coming from a city and you need a certain level of infrastructure to feel comfortable, Durango is gonna feel like a softer landing. Crested Butte requires a little bit more intentionality, but it rewards you for it. Okay, 6th on the list is real estate. Durango's real estate market is more accessible than Crested Butte's across the board. Being a larger town and more room to grow in a broader buyer pool, Durango offers more entry-level options for both buyers and renters. Standalone homes are more plentiful, and there are more of a variety of options across many price points. Crested Butte has a very limited amount of inventory. We are tucked in a valley surrounded by public land, and there's only so much room to build. That constraint keeps prices strong and makes the market a little bit more competitive when good properties come up. So if budget is the primary driver, Durango is going to give you a few more options over Crested Butte. If you're looking for strong long-term appreciation and a market that continues to attract high net worth buyers, Crested Butte has a compelling track record. All right, number 7 on the list is crowds and tourism. Both towns see real tourism, but the nature of it is a little bit different. Durango is more accessible, which means you get more visitors year-round. The railroad, the college events, the proximity to Mesa Verde, it draws a consistent stream of traffic. Crested Butte also gets tourism too, especially during peak ski season, wildflower season, and basically all of summer and a lot of fall. But the distance from major metro areas acts as a natural filter for the Crested Butte area, so not everyone is willing to drive, and honestly, that's part of what preserves the magic here. All right, so as promised, who each town is best for, here is my honest take. I think Durango is a great fit for buyers who want more town with their mountains. People who need more services, more dining options, more infrastructure in their daily life. Buyers who want outdoor access to a wider variety of terrain and landscape. All right, I think Crested Butte is the right call for buyers who want true small town mountain community. People who are drawn to the idea of knowing their neighbors and being part of a tight-knit community. It's gonna be serious skiers, serious mountain bikers, serious hikers who want access to world-class terrain. And it's also for buyers who don't mind trading convenience for lifestyle. And honestly, people who feel something the first time they drive into town and they can't quite explain it. So that last one is real. I've watched it happen over the last 20 years. People come for a visit, and somewhere between mountain biking or hiking or skiing and walking along Elk Avenue, they just know this is the spot for them. Hopefully this gave you a clear picture of how these two mountain towns actually compare, because they're both incredible places to live and they both deserve an honest comparison. At the end of the day, there is no wrong answer. It really just depends on the life that you want to build. And if you're thinking about making a move to Crested Butte, Gunnison, or any of the surrounding areas, I would love to help out. Feel free to give me a call, text, or email. We can even set up a Zoom appointment if you'd like. All of my contact information is in the description below. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about living in the Gunnison Valley and the surrounding areas, including the current real estate market. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, so it looks like you're making a move to Crested Butte or Gunnison, Colorado, and you're trying to decide which video to watch. You could watch this one, or you could watch this one, or you could watch both, because they're both really going to help you out and they're both really good. But go ahead, just pick one.